First, I will talk about the assessment. Here you have a link for a document from the IEA to see the different pillars that could be used to assess the knowledge management system. Of course, in these pillars, we have policy and strategy. If you have policy and strategy, some human resources planning and HR. Of course, this is to retain knowledge or capture knowledge. And we have training and competence development. And we have methods and procedure documentation process for improving the knowledge management. And we have the technical IT solutions. We have approaches to capture the tacit knowledge, like mentoring a program and so on. We have knowledge management culture, as we explained yesterday. We have external cooperation, maybe to capture knowledge, to deliver knowledge. All these items reflect a specific procedure to be implemented according to the annual plan. You don't have to implement all of them because it is according to your need. And the frequency of implementing this procedure also depending on your need. Because if you are going to use the learning and development procedure for the training as an example and competence development, you may conduct many trainings. How many trainings per year? According to the gap analysis, competence gap analysis, and the training needs, and the annual plan for the training. So you implement the procedure many times. Now, if we are talking about the efficiency of implementing each procedure is subjected to audit. So if we are targeting to enhance the competencies or increase the level of learning for a specific staff member, we should have a solid assessment, follow the procedure exactly, make the target competency, the training target the exact competency. This is the efficiency and the quality of conducting a procedure. So the main difference, maybe all of us have the same procedure, but while conducting this procedure, the quality differs from one organization to another. That's why the assessment itself depends on the quality of the procedure, how I'm following the procedure. Okay? If I'm talking about the approaches to capture the tacit knowledge, if I have a specific procedure for the mentoring program, and they have a mentor and mentee, how I'm evaluating this, what is happening, how the transfer of tacit knowledge, the evaluation by the mentor, and the gain by the mentee. All these aspects also depend on the quality of applying this procedure. Okay? We may all have the procedure, but how we apply it, how we get feedback and evaluation. Because if you conduct the learning and developing procedure and you trigger a training plan, how you evaluate this training, maybe you have different aspects of evaluations. The first kind is by assessment during the training. Maybe the evaluation of the supervisor after 3 months or something like that for the trainee. What is the impact of this training on each trainee? Okay? So we have different issues. If we talk about external cooperation, if you have MOU with other regulatory body and you have annual plan, within this annual plan you have activities together. Among these activities you have to capture specific knowledge from the other regulatory body, as an example, or deliver specific knowledge. How you monitor that? How the transfer of knowledge through this network? And what is the quality of the captured knowledge? Is it kind of tacit knowledge or type of explicit knowledge? Do you conduct meetings, explain things to each other, or just share the documents? You have to be specified in order to achieve your goal. Because at the beginning, as we said yesterday, we have objectives, annual goals, annual objectives, specific KPIs. This is how it works. So we cannot assess all these pillars without the solid assessment from implementing the procedure itself and how I achieved my KPIs. So we are talking about the quality of procedures, and we are talking about achieving the annual KPIs, okay? Yesterday, we took an example. You have different procedure. This procedure have a specific target. As an example, for capturing knowledge, we have a specific learning and development procedure, maybe applicable to hosted training, schools, or workshops. Okay. And we have different departments. All these departments have an important part in this procedure. First of all, as we said, now you are in a travel procedure for you. And for us, we have hosting procedure for us. You have your target and I have my target. After you finalize this event, you will come back to your country. For me, I have to make some kind of procedure, reporting, forms, and so on. And you will do the same. Our interests are different, but of course, it will help us to increase our knowledge capital. How? For me, we here meet different bodies. We have some ideas. We have to document it. We have some important questions that raise also some improvement. We have to implement it. We have staff that attend with us that may learn from you or from the experts. All this should be documented and integrated within our IMS as improvement. We have a very important procedure here called lesson learned. It is applicable to all the procedures. While I'm conducting a specific procedure, I can attach it to it, the lesson learned procedure to reflect the way to improve and take the necessary action. Okay? So, for the international cooperation, first of all, you have to make needs assessment. Needs assessment. As far as you achieve cooperation with other parties that satisfies your needs, you succeeded. If you have a good procedure that map this process. For delivering knowledge, for sharing knowledge, as we talked yesterday, when you return back to your country, please make this gap analysis. See if you need many procedure or other procedure within the IMS, or it is satisfactory for you. I will refer again to the knowledge workers. Sometimes you have inside the organization some kind of resistance as we talk about the culture. We have knowledge workers that maybe belongs to different departments that facilitate the transfer of knowledge. They assist us. They created bridges between international cooperation, public relation, the departments who is responsible, HR departments, and so on. These knowledge workers can facilitate the knowledge flow and the quality of conducting these procedures. We call them knowledge workers. The next section, last section, implementation of the knowledge management system, analysis of results. Analysis of results, as we said yesterday, we may make analysis through some data analysis according to your model and map, and there is a direct measure from the annual plan or the achievements. Did you achieve your targets, your goals, according to the KPI and the quality of the procedure? It's a direct measure. Another thing, do you have a specific analysis? The analysis is very important. Why? because the analysis sets the potential for the future work. Because sometimes I discover that specific knowledge domain is very essential for my organization in the next period. Because implementing the procedure according to the annual targets specify my current needs. But the analysis of the knowledge during the next year and a year later maybe depend on the analysis. How I can use the knowledge flow within the organization. Knowledge flow, it is knowledge flow because knowledge, we have explicit knowledge that's shared to humans, beings, and reflected into the facilities. If there is a change in facilities, I will need to change the knowledge flow within the organization. Okay? That's why I put this slide at the beginning. You should monitor how knowledge flow through the organization. And of course, you can highlight the most important domains. Here, this domain, as an example, is the IEA. IEA is like a knowledge bank. It contains general, like GSR, part 1, part 2, part 3, standards. You have activities. You have networks through the RCEF. We have safety principles, many documents. So, knowledge bank. If you have knowledge bank, you have to go. You have specific needs. You don't have to access all the knowledge that existing in the IEA at 1 year. But this year, I have to do this. Okay? Also, that's why IEA is highlighted. It's very important knowledge pool for member states. Another thing, maybe you have a specific tacit knowledge at your staff members, maybe belonging to technical departments. It's very efficient and impact the organization function seriously. So you have to focus on this tacit knowledge. How you can transfer it to the other, because it's very critical, especially if the staff member is about to retire, as an example, or he may get another job opportunity. So you have to take care how to highlight the people who have tacit knowledge and address the criticality of this knowledge. So that's how you can see what is important for you. You have to decide what is the important or critical knowledge domain within your system. Some knowledge domain affect the other knowledge domains. It's linked to more knowledge domains. It's like a hub. If you remove this hub, you will, as an example, I will explain. For me, if I'm responsible for human resources and development, conducted the training, and I have you as representing the regulatory parties, maybe someone from the international cooperation is a hub between me and you. If the knowledge domain related to the international cooperation is not functioning well, not connected well, I will use the communication between me and you. So sometimes there is bridging. In mathematics, we call it bridging. We have something we call it bridging coefficient, centrality coefficient, how the node connected to the other nodes. You can read in the mathematics in the nodes analysis. We have bridging coefficient, centrality coefficient, if you are interested. But this is if I remove the one of them, a lot of functions will be affected. That's why I have to focus to support this knowledge domain, because it consists of bridging. I cannot ignore them. I need to have an overview about the whole functions of the organization.